What is going on, guys? So I'm gonna be giving all of you my review for The Walking Dead Season 9. And guess what? This review is gonna contain spoilers. So yeah, if you're not all caught up on Season 9, there's gonna be spoilers said in this review. So go get caught up and then come on back and hear what I gotta say. Now, I'm gonna start off by saying that I'm not gonna break down every single thing that happens in Season 9. Just certain highlights that stood out to me. So there you go. So I got to start off with this, with Rick's exit. Now, I thought it was done really well. I mean, the way they brought back Shane, Herschel, Sasha. I mean, like seeing Scott Wilson, like for the last time, and probably his last portrayal, if anything, of his last work. I mean, I just love the guy. I mean, like I met him twice, and man, what a guy, what a guy. But yeah, I mean, like that final episode of Rick's final episode, it was done really well. And to where I thought that would have been a good send-off for him, the way we thought he died, but it turns out that he survived. I'm glad he survived, but I'm like, that would have been a good way for him to go. But I'm still glad that he's alive, and I'm looking forward to his movie coming up. So, anyway, and then, yeah. And then I'm thinking back to Fear the Walking Dead of last season, where it's like, oh, they're finally up to the current timeline with The Walking Dead. And then season 9 of The Walking Dead is like, oh, really? Time jump. When season 9 starts. And when Rick leaves, okay, another time jump. So now they're 10 steps or whatever. Like, they're like 10 steps ahead of Fear the Walking Dead once again. So isn't that's pretty funny. And then we're introduced to the Whisperers. So, I mean, reading, their story in the comics, I'm like, I cannot wait for them to shake things up on the show. And then they've done just that. And then some. Like, oh, I mean, to where I was afraid, like, when walkers would show up, I'm like, I don't know if that's a whisper or if that's a walker or whatever. So they've done that pretty damn good, too. Like, holy crap. Oh, man. And they actually made the walkers scary. I mean, the walkers weren't really scary unless a major character was about to die. But just seeing them in that environment, I mean, that's what made the walkers scary, because you didn't know if it was the Whispers or a walker. So, yeah, I mean, like, they were probably the scariest group that our characters had to face. And not to mention their leader, Alpha. I mean, like, she's probably the most vicious leader that they've ever, probably one of the most vicious leaders that they ever faced, probably the scariest woman on the show. I mean, like, she gives Carol a run for her money because Carol has had conflicts with her decisions. Alpha, not so much. I mean, she was willing to feed a baby to the dead. I mean, that just goes to show you of how very little of conflict that this woman goes through with her decisions. Like, and not to mention her accent and just hearing her talk, she sounds like a harmless woman, but at the same time, she's very terrifying. I mean, you see that crazy look in her eye, and then you just hear her talk like, you call me Alpha, just like the rest. Like, when she hits Lydia, like, her daughter, like, man, crazy. And then Beta, like her right hand man, he is a fucking giant. I love that episode where him and Daryl go at it. That's like one of my favorite episodes since Rick departed from the show. Like, I can watch that fight scene over and over again. I mean, his loyalty to Alpha is like the Savior's loyalty to Negan 700 times million more. I mean, like like how many of those saviors were loyal to Negan to where they kneeled before him and they said that we are Negan and all that. Well, Alpha's loyalty, or Beta's loyalty to Alpha, is much greater than that. Like, man. So, you watch. I mean, like, I'm pretty sure they'll show that. Like, they'll really show up that a bit more. I mean, you see that in season 9, but I think we'll see that a bit more next season. And also with Negan, yeah, I mean, like, they kind of give you a clear idea of where he stands since he's been defeated and dethroned by Rick last season. But in the comics, they kept you guessing, like, what is he gonna do? Is he gonna turn on the group? What is going to happen here? They kept you guessing what Negan is really gonna do. They do that a little bit here, but they really stretched it out in the comics. And I feel like that was the better route, to keep you guessing what is Negan gonna do. Here, they give you a clear indication that excuse me, that he has redeemed himself. I mean, he does redeem himself in the comics, but they kept you guessing and guessing and guessing until we find out, okay, so, alright, so I guess he has changed a bit. But, and yeah, and I think the one character on the show that I'm really attached to is Daryl's dog. Other than Judith. I think Daryl's dog. I'm like, why do they gotta have a dog on the show? I mean, for him to be ripped away and then have to be sad because he's being eaten by walkers and shit. But thankfully that has not happened yet. I'm like, if it were up to me, there will be no dog on the show. There just won't be. There just won't be no dog. No dog, no animals to get attached to. I mean, we'll keep the horses, but no, I can attach to no dogs or puppies and cats and all that shit. No, I mean, like, don't do that. That's just anarchy. Ugh. And also with RJ, you know, like the love child of Rick and Michonne. Like in this case, his name is Rick Jr. I don't feel like he needs to be there, other than for a curveball to be thrown at us. Like, oh, so they had a child together. And then when he's there, it's just like, oh, look at you, RJ, you're so cute. I mean, like, there's really no point of him being there. I don't know. I mean, that's just my opinion. And I loved how we finally get Snow on the show. Like, we've been waiting like seasons for, you know, like for them to have Snow a part of the story. I mean, like in many other stories or many other seasons, we kind of skip that point of the story, and then it cuts right to where it gets warm again. I'm like, I get it, they're shooting in Atlanta and all that, but I mean, they could have worked around that, but they finally did it. But I'm not gonna lie, there were times where I felt like I was watching Game of Thrones. I mean, like where they had, I mean, like if you've seen the season finale, I mean, it felt very Game of Thrones like. I mean, like when they were out in that snow, I was like, I was expecting the Night King to show up, like. And then they would need Jon Snow to guide them through to the safe haven. But I have to say, with that all being said, at Rick's departure, I mean, like, I don't know. If he'd stayed, I would have given this a higher rating than I'm about to give it. But I'm gonna have to give this rating of The Walking Dead season 9 3 chair spins out of 5. So here we go. 1, 2, 3 chair spins. But yeah, I'm not really at the point where I'm that attached to the show to where I would react to the episodes. I stopped. Many other reactors have stopped. I'm like, it's ridiculous. I mean, like, it's just a sign that this show needs to end. I mean, I know they have a lot of things they want to cook up and stuff, but I feel like after season 10, just end it. Just end it. Just accept the fact that the ratings are not as strong as they used to be. Just end it on a high note. But it is what it is. I'll see where they go with it in season 10 and probably season 11 and 12 if they think they can pull it off. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed my review for Walking Dead season 9, make sure you thumb up the video and make sure you click subscribe if you're new to the channel, and make sure you click that notification bell so you can be updated on my latest videos. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Peace out, y'all.